We want to welcome you to the screencast for Chapter 5 for Management Information Systems 3061. A few things we want to achieve as we look at this particular chapter. First of all, we want to describe the basic safeguards in computer and network security. 2, explain the major security threats. 3, describe security and enforcement measures. And then 4, we'll summarize the guidelines for a comprehensive security system, including business continuity planning. Computer and network security has become absolutely critical for most organizations, especially in recent years with hackers or computer criminals becoming more numerous and more adept at stealing and altering private information. Let's take a look at a video case, and we'll try to answer the question in this particular case. Was there a crime committed here? Was there identity theft? Or was this more of someone trying to help out a company and seeing a business proposition in place? One thing it will illustrate, though, is that we're going to see more and more of these either hackers or white hat hikers becoming more numerous, getting very good at stealing and altering private information.
It's happened again, what looks like another case of massive identity theft. Today, LexisNexis, which sells personal and financial data about consumers like you, admitted that information on as many as 310,000 people may have been stolen when hackers broke into its computer system 59 times. In February, ChoicePoint, another data company, admitted that thieves had accessed 145,000 consumer profiles. Well, the government says more than 27 million Americans have been victims of identity theft over the last 5 years. And a recent CNN USA Today Gallup poll shows that 90% of all of us are worried about having our identity stolen. We're going to tell you what you can do to protect yourself in just a moment, but first, with just 3 days to go before tax time, just imagine if anybody was able to get to see all the stuff that's on your W-2, Social Security number, salary, etc., etc. Well, watch as we show you just how easy that is to do.
You can call me a hacker, you can call me a security professional, you can call me whatever you want.
Whatever you call him, this 22-year-old whiz kid is at the center of a growing storm over computer security and identity theft, mostly because of a flaw he discovered in the Paymax Corporation's online operations. Paymax specializes in payroll processing.
I just want to make sure that these systems work and that they're not broken into.
Hero or hacker? Aaron Greenspan's formal title is President and CEO of Think Computer, a company which writes business software. Greenspan incorporated at the age of 15. He went on to win the Junior Achievement IT Entrepreneur Award in 1999. He studied at Harvard, got his business degree in 3 years. While his company's main business is writing software, Greenspan also checks internet sites for security flaws, but he insists he's no hacker. In fact, he was a Paymax customer downloading his own W-2 form from the payroll processor's website when he discovered just how easy it was to see a whole lot more.
I went to get my W-2 and the web address was like powerpayroll.net and then instant W2 2004 W2.cfm ID equals 84768. At the end of the web address, there was a number that represented your W2. And just by changing that one number and adding one to it again and again, you could find anybody's salary, home address, social security number.
And for someone looking to steal another's identity,
oh, it'd take about a second, literally. It's very, very easy.
Greenspan claims that the private data of between 25,000 and 100,000 Paymax customers was accessible on the internet and vulnerable to identity theft. He immediately shot off an email to Paymax.
I said, look, you have a serious problem here and you need to address it immediately.
He also let Paymax know that his company could fix the problem and that that's the kind of service we would charge for. Paymax didn't respond right away, but after Greenspan published a white paper, an online document notifying the public about the problem, the company shut down the insecure website. The Tennessee-based company also responded to Greenspan. Mr. Greenspan has apparently attempted to hack into Paymax's Instant W-2 website. It appears, rather than being concerned about any security problems with the Paymax software, Mr. Greenspan was trying to obtain money from Paymax for services.
That's clearly false. I think it doesn't take much to understand that when there's a whistleblower, they usually get attacked for blowing the whistle.
Paymax disagrees, saying that what Greenspan did was unethical and probably illegal, and that the company is considering legal action. While Paymax acknowledges there was a problem, they say no system in the world is 100% secure from a sophisticated and determined hacker.
I don't think you can trust these companies. Some of these flaws are very basic, and it really should not be this easy to just go and find information that shouldn't even be available.
And unlike other recent security lapses, Paymax says there is no evidence that any data was actually stolen. Paymax says it's fixed the flaw and beefed up its security. So what can you do to make your personal information more secure? Well, don't give out personal information like your social security number on the phone or on the internet unless you know exactly who you're dealing with. And protect your mail, even your trash, from thieves. You should contact any of these credit reporting companies if you believe someone has stolen your confidential information. And by the end of this year, anyone will be able to get one free credit report per year. You can go to this site, consumer.gov, for information on that and other ways to protect your identity.
We're going to take a look at this from a couple of aspects. First of all, we'll describe a comprehensive security system, what it looks like. And number two, describe those threats that it should secure us from. When we talk about a comprehensive security system, what it basically does is it protects an organization's resources, including information and computer and network equipment. The information an organization needs to protect can take lots of different forms: emails, invoices, electronic data interchange, new product designs, marketing campaigns, financial statements, etc. Security threats involve more than stealing data. They include such actions as sharing passwords with coworkers, leaving a computer unattended while logged in onto a network, and even spilling coffee on the keyboard. Lots of different threats. A comprehensive security system includes hardware, software, procedures, and personnel that collectively protect information resources and keep intruders and hackers at bay. There are three important concepts that we want to take a look at here: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. What we mean by confidentiality is just basically the system must not allow disclosing of information to anyone who isn't authorized to access it. In business, that might mean that we ensure that private information such as payroll and personnel data is protected from competitors and other organizations. In the e-commerce world, confidentiality ensures that customers' data can't be used for malicious or illegal purposes. The second item up there is integrity, and that ensures the accuracy of information resources in an organization. Now, in financial transactions, integrity is probably the most important aspect of the security system, because incorrect or corrupted data can have a huge impact. For example, if you can imagine a hacker breaking into a financial network and changing a customer's balance from $10,000 to $1,000. It's a small change, but one that has serious consequences. C, availability. Basically, that just says we're going to ensure that computers and networks are operating so that authorized users can access the information when they need it. It also means a quick recovery in the event of a system failure or disaster. In many cases, availability is the most important aspect for authorized users. If a system isn't accessible to users, the confidentiality and integrity aspects can't be accessed. Here at the University of Lethbridge, again, our university really runs on information systems from the classroom to the support systems, etc. And if those systems are not available, we really don't operate as a university. Now, when you want to plan a comprehensive security system, the first step is designing a fault-tolerant systems, which use a combination of hardware or software for improving reliability, a way of ensuring the availability in case of a system failure. Some things we might do to ensure that is have uninterruptible power supplies. And that just makes it so that in case of blackouts or other power interruptions, we can use that to protect our servers and other hardware. We also might have a couple of other strategies by having a redundant array of independent disks, or a RAID, as the picture illustrates there. That's just multiple disks with the same data on there. In case one fails, we have another, and they can be in different locations, and we can ensure that they're all being updated simultaneously. A little less expensive way of doing this is what we call mirror disks. In this method, uses two disks containing the same data, so that if one fails, the other is available. This is usually a suitable solution for smaller organizations. As we continue on here, we can take a look at some security threats, a little bit of an overview. First of all, there's some threats that can be controlled completely or partially, but some can't. For example, you can control a power fluctuation and blackouts to some degree by using surge suppressors and uninterrupted power supplies, but you can't control whether natural disasters strike. So as we take a look at some of these threats, we can categorize them into two different kinds there. Unintentional threats, things like floods, fires, natural disasters, things along those lines. And secondly, we can take a look at those intentional threats that are out there from hackers, disgruntled employees, that can do a myriad of different things that are out there. So let's take a look at some of these security threats, from especially the intentional threats. Here we have a list of intentional threats that are out there. We can maybe what we'll do is we'll take a look at these one by one and kind of go through them and get a good idea of what they do here. At this point, proceed on to screencast part 2 for chapter 5. Click on the link to go there.